Test sound. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I'm asking you in 1 second. Test. Okay, great. Everyone can hear. We are back right now with Adil from Zintan Media Center. He will do the report for us today from Nafusa Mountains. Hello, Adil.
Hello, how are you doing, brother?
Fine. We hope that everyone is fine on your side as well.
Not bad, but as you know, from about 3 days they cut the electricity in Zintan, and most of the west cities start from Zintan and Rujban, Jaru, Hibat, Haraba, and Kabao, I think. All these cities without electricity for 3 days now. And we don't know what's the problem, because I think it's Gaddafi's regime. They cut the electricity to make our life worse than before. With chilling their missiles. Last night they start about 8 p.m. until 3:30 a.m. in the morning. They're just chilling everywhere. They make all our families and all our people's awake without sleeping at night. Most of our kids here and our families, they are scared, and they are, most of them, they can't sleep, and we receive lots of kids. They are crying in the hospital, and we don't know what we should do with this people. They are standing in Rayana. Rayana, it's northeast of Zintan. It's about 18 kilometers east northeast, and it's been about 1 week now. They are bringing most of their tanks and most of their heavy weapons, as Grad missiles and other kind of weapons. And they push the people out of Riyadh. They send them to Tripoli, and they stay in their houses, so to be safe from NATO firing on them. And they start every night. Today, about 2 hours ago, they start firing again. But until now, I was in one of the checkpoints in the east side of Zintan. That's where they're firing, and most of our youth and our fighters here, they still, every missile that comes to Zintan is give us more power to fight against this regime, and support our February 17 revolution to be won. We feel like he start asking for negotiation with us and with the east side of Libya, because they know that they won't win. And for us here, most of the people in Zintan, they don't like to be negotiated with Gaddafi and his kids and his regime until they leave out of Libya, because we've been under bad life for everyone, and under a dictator's regime for 42 years. We still have a patient, even for a week, for a month, for more than a month. We won't give up until we kick this bastard out.
And what about the situation? You say there is no electricity for 3 days. How are families doing? How are people in the Nafusa Mountain doing with that?
As you know, most of about 30 to 40% of Zintan families, they settle here, and they refuse to go to Tunisia or to anywhere, because they said, we live here and we're gonna die here. They support us, all our mothers and our sisters, and I thank them. They support us, they cook to us, and they push us to stand up for our revolution until we win. The humanitarian side here in Zintan, it's bad. As you know, with the electricity, we don't have water, so they went back to get their waters from where they store the water before from rain. As we know, they have some storage underground.
Mhm.
But I know if we stay like that for a week or for 2 weeks, it's gonna be hard for us to bring the water for the families or for everyone.
Mhm. And what about news from other areas like Kefren and Kikla and Jadu and those areas? What about them?
We s- we still have connection with most of the other areas. Today we receive news that Al-Gala are different. They still fight for to protect their lands and their families. And today there's one passed away and about 5 to 7 injured. And they are very bad situation there. All the families there, they are surrounded from everywhere and they can't leave and they can't do nothing, just fight and protect their families. As we know, some of the Gaddafi's armies are different, close to Gil'a, and they're still trying to get inside the Gil'a. And if they get inside the Gil'a, we're gonna hear lots of news. We still try to help them, but we are surrounded from the east side, which is the road taking us to Al Gil'a different. But we do our best we to help them. One of them is coming today, and we still try to find the way how we can help them there and send some people to help them. And it's hard. Most of the people they don't know how's the area here. Most of the area here is mountain, and it's hard. It's hard to cross even walking. We hear the news that I don't know if you get that news. The last week, there's 2 injured people. They brought them walking from Al Gil'a and different
Mhm.
to close to Zintan until we receive them and we send them to the hospital. And 3 of them now they are doing well. 2 injured and one of them in their way to Zintan, he get fracture in his hip, but he's doing well now. It's hard to get there in Yefren and Gil'a because, as you know, we have lots of army in Riayna. If we left and sent our fires to Gil'a and Yefren, we gonna they're gonna open another side of fighting here close to Zintan. So
Mhm.
that's why we have our army committee and they still manage how to help Gil'a and Yefren and protect Zintan and the other city.
Mhm. What about the situation in the hospitals? I mean, did you get any help? Did you get any medication? Are there doctors? What about that situation?
We thank the BSF, the Doctors Without Borders. They've been helping us since we started this revolution, and there's some doctors they were there helping us for ICU, department and for the emergency department. We have some medication, but it's not enough for the population of the West Mountain area because Zintan Hospital and Jadu Hospital is still okay comparing with the other hospitals. We try to open 2 hospitals to receive the injured people and to receive all the cases from all the West Mountain city. Zintan Hospital, as I told you, it's now we have short of gas and all these things
Mhm.
for the generation of the hospital because we don't have electricity here, which is affect all the machines and all the medical equipment there. It doesn't work well, but we work with what we have. We work with what we have. We have some volunteer doctors. They came from other cities, and we thank them to Libyan volunteer doctors, and they're doing their best to save the people's life and to treat most of the families, kids, injured people, everyone.
Mhm. We got news that in Yifrin and Qala and those areas that there is no medication anymore and that all the patients are being treated now with herbal remedies, like they call it tabarabi. Is that true?
I received that news here too because we can't, as I told you, Yifren and Gilad surrounded from everywhere, so we can't deliver any medication or any help until now. We're still trying. We have our way to deliver all the medication and all help to these people, but it's not easy as people think.
Hmm.
uh, we still trying to find the good way and safe way to send for them the medication. But as I know, they are suffering from shortage from everything. They don't have medication. They don't have food. They don't have anything there. Plus, no electricity there in their cities too. That's a big problem for them, and we ask the NATO for help, and we ask all the international agencies if they can get there because they've been under firing for 2 weeks or 3 weeks now. It's hard for them to be patient for that time.
Hmm. So there has been no improvement whatsoever to those areas.
Yes, for 3 weeks now, there's nothing we can do for them.
Hmm.
We still, as I told you, we try to send some things, but we can't send lots because the people who's taking these things, they walk about 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers. It's not easy to deliver all any medication or anything.
Hmm. Hmm. And what about NATO strikes? Have there been any NATO strikes in the past days?
For the last 2 or 3 days, we just hear about we hear the NATO's blame, but we don't hear anything. As I know, the strategy for NATO, they don't like to fire inside the houses, but they just want to tell them something as a Riena, which is just east of Zintan, where from where they fire there. Most of the families they are out. They send them to Tripoli and they stay in their houses because they know Gaddafi's regime. They know that NATO's they don't fire inside the houses, but they fire us from Rayana's house and Yifran's houses inside the homes. They change their strategy. They bought their weapons and the small cars and they hide inside the houses and inside the fences of the houses. So the NATO, when they came, many times they came while we are in the middle of fighting with Gaddafi's regime, and they don't do nothing. We
Hmm.
don't know, and we don't have that good connection with them because we have some connection with our army's committee, who they have connection and send messages to NATO through internet, but it's not direct connection with them.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And what about the runway that has been made in the Nafusa Mountains?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
I said, what about the runway for the planes?
I don't have any news about that runway because it's not
Hmm.
my side. That's I don't hear. I don't have any news about that runway.
Okay.
If it's there is runway, if they start building that, I don't have any news. I just have some roaming from the people. They try to do that, but I don't see anything, and I don't have any news about that.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Adil, would you mind if we would ask the viewers to have questions and you would answer them for us?